All right, Joey, let's go. Let's do this. Make these bitches stop talking.
Okay. So, last time we started your day with a questionable breakfast and a trip through crowded Ravnican streets that featured a small detour to investigate some magical strands, granting Harlan visions of some dark deal. You then continued on your initial path into the sewers and deeper still into the undercity below. You investigated just a few of the countless abandoned buildings along the path until eventually the stairs you were traveling down collapsed into a slide, followed by rolling icky death behind. You all figured out your own way over the Great Maw, either through magic, hopefulness, or use of rope. And a large amount of optimism in all solutions.
Mine worked. Yours worked.
We are still alive, so...
When you then passed that, you came to a series of bridges stretching over a large chasm and encountered an individual who identified themselves as Cleanser. Cleanser was
the
following
fucking worst.
some...
Wait, did I like Cleanser? I can't remember.
I think Katie liked Cleanser and Monroe liked Cleanser, but both of our characters
Hate Cleanser, okay.
Cleanser was following a small glowing moat of moss that she was tracing back to its source, leading you guys through another seemingly abandoned small group of buildings, but these buildings had noise inside, a sign of occupants, though not visual. Eventually you came to a mansion where you journeyed inside and made your way up to the top floor, eventually finding what looked like some kind of old lab where you found vines surrounding the corners of the rooms and a bird creature, the Raevyn that you were looking for, laid out on a slab, restrained by vines. Due to some antagonism from Cleanser,
That bitch.
Raevyn decided to cut part of the vines, which seemed to trigger them to writhe and reach out, as well as releasing several plant-covered skeleton creatures drudging out from the plant mass all around the room. So we open today with everyone's favorite phrase, let's roll for initiative.
Definitely my favorite.
Okay, but when she cut the vines, did they actually cut, or was it like not a thing?
Yes, you cut off a section of the vines.
How many sections are we talking?
Well, she was just trying to scrape across it, so not even like a full cut through one of the pieces, just a small cut to see if there was a reaction, which there definitely was. So, Remora, we open with you. You had walked up to examine this bird creature laying on the slab, and you see these skeletal plant creatures emerging from the vines around. What would you like to do?
Channel Divinity.
Okay.
Turn undead.
Okay.
Wisdom saving throw.
And remind me, is this what kind of area of effect is this? Is this around you, or
30
is this
feet.
a cone?
Any that can see or hear me within 30 feet.
Okay, cool.
Oh. What if the bird creature is undead and you destroy it?
Oops.
Well, this isn't destroy. This is just make them afraid.
Okay, cool. After which, we come to Raevyn and the skeletons. All of them that initially come running out, you see them all kind of freeze up as Remora. This is your holy symbol, I assume?
The tattoo in my neck just like kind of burns brightly, and just like a wave of basically looks like sea spray and wind kind of just shoots out from me.
Very cool. As this light and mist just appears everywhere, the skeletons seem kind of stopped in their tracks for a moment. What would you like to do?
I go over here. And, weird question. Have you ever fought skeletons before?
So, it would probably be unlikely that you would have fought against undead, but in this specific scenario, while they are definitely skeletons, they have an odd plant-like structure to them that makes them actually, to you, reminiscent of many elementals.
Okay. Well, not knowing exactly what these are, I'm going to assume that they are the creatures that are storming my homeland and pull out my, special sword.
Oh, they look substantially different.
Oh, okay. They seem really different. Okay, so then I'll just go ahead and, fight it.
Do the fighting thing.
With that special blade or with a different blade?
I'll still use my special one. How do you say this word?
Hedron?
There we go. That's the one. My hedron blade.
So you guys see
I say it
Raevyn
different in my
draw
head.
a blade that you haven't seen before. It has an odd circular structure just under the hilt and an odd bit of runes carved into it all along it. Harlan, you saw this very, very briefly when you first landed, but Raevyn quickly stored it and drew a different blade.
Cool.
Okay. So, again, I like run up to it, and while I'm running, I pull out the blade, and then I'll like try and step to the side of it, and while I do, like slash down.
Okay.
And I rolled already, so that is 17.
That will hit. You see it just like beginning to turn away, and you follow with that motion, striking at a vulnerable point as it turns.
7 slashing damage. Yeah, so as I slash down, I'll stay within its melee wave range, but I want to like pivot around to its side while I like slash across.
Easy enough, you just slash through it. The skeleton looks like it's getting ready to move. Definitely hampered, and you've cut through both vine and bone, but it's on the move.
It loses the effect if it take damage.
Oh,
So
okay.
that.
Well, yeah, no, I'm talking about.
Well, now the other two are scared.
So they act simultaneously. So we'll say that one still won't attack this turn since it happens at the same time, but it's also not gonna try to run. This one's going to run and dive into the vines and just disappear into that structure.
Me too, bro.
This one's going to turn and run downstairs out of view. So one of them is engaged with Raevyn. The other two have taken off. Harlan, what would you like to do?
I'm here for the bird, so I'm going to take out my dagger again, and walk up to the bird and start hacking away at some vines.
As you do so, you hear even more movement coming from the vines all around the room as they seem to jostle and writhe even more violently.
So,
Raevyn, what are you doing?
so I've spent my action,
I,
and now I'm gonna get attacked. Or was that an action or no?
I'm trying to figure out, it will be an action, I'm trying to figure out what kind of check I want it to be.
Okay.
No check, I guess. I was going to say maybe sleight of hand for cutting the vines efficiently, but ultimately, given your full action, you'll be able to sever the vines around it. Like I said, they're only about 1 inch in diameter, so you just cut on both sides, the top and bottom restraints, and now it's still wrapped in vines, but it is free from the slab to where it could be moved,
Okay.
but still unconscious.
Okie doke.
The vines begin to reach out in every direction.
Oh, Lord.
And they are going to strike at Raevyn.
Ooh, wow, what a coincidence.
You are right next to it.
And you're the literal only threat.
Raevyn, an 18 to hit your armor
That's weird.
class.
You've done
Nope.
things. You just haven't
Just
hit
kidding, yeah, it
anybody.
does.
That's so shady.
I need you to take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as a vine lashes out and hits against your leg. I need you to also make a dexterity saving throw to not be held by this vine.
Saving throws. Why am I not proficient in dexterity saving throws? Okay, 18.
Okay. You manage to pull your leg back just as it makes contact. There's a shooting pain, but the vine then recoils back, and you're like, good thing that wasn't with me. Cleanser, going to ignore all of this and walk over to the table at the far side of the room that had all the little tiny glass display cylinders. We would think of them almost like petri dishes that are resting on that table over there, bringing us back to Remora.
Alright, I'm gonna cast Bless on everybody.
Everybody?
Well, the 3 of us.
Okay.
Really not cleanser?
So
We
I'm
don't
such a
know if
team
we can
player.
trust her.
concentrating, and y'all get a D4 on attack rolls and saving throws.
Nice.
Cool.
And that's an action, and I'm gonna draw my Falcon, but beyond that, I'm not doing anything.
Okay. This skeleton, since you are presently still engaged with it, it's going to act at the same time as you, and it is swinging around, and the vines that make it up seem to almost be pulling it around faster. You see its head spin faster than the rest of its body. Its arms are reaching out and grabbing at you while its body is still twisted. What are you going to do while that's happening?
I'm gonna, so I just swiped it, came back up, and then I just want to like go into its face.
Okay. Attack roll.
With D4.
Oh, thank God.
Bless.
Thank you, Jesus.
Not Jesus.
Hey, we haven't talked to you about your God, so I'm just
14.
gonna assume it's the Lord Jesus Christ.
14.
Okay. A 14 is going to hit the skeleton, and a 12 is going to miss you.
Correct.
So, currently, we're besting this skeleton in hand-on sword combat.
8 slashing.
It seems heavily injured as you just pierce through its head, the vines inside curving around, poking out through any cracks in the skull that you create, and even through the eye sockets writhing towards you as if the plant itself is trying to get out and reach at you.
I want to smile and lick some of the blood off my lip. Coming down from all my guts.
You gross. Harlan.
The zombie thinks it's gross.
This is harrowing.
The zombie goes, yuck. You nasty.
So I don't have a lot of experience like picking someone up and carrying them. So what kind of action would it be to like get the vines off the bird, pick them up?
I would
take them
want
with me?
an athletics check. It would be your action to pick them up and start moving with them. They are a very large, like I said, fully humanoid creature.
Bigger than me though?
About your size.
Okay, I am kind of short. I'm like 5'2"
Yeah.
or something. Okay.
Still about your height.
Excuse me?
I'm going to athlete it then.
Yeah, please.
That's a 10.
Luckily, for some reason, this creature seems lighter than you would be.
Oh, because the bones.
It takes everything you have to sling this actually pretty light humanoid creature over your shoulder.
Listen, I didn't go to sword school. So I'm going to take them, and we're going to go my speed, or half speed, because I'm carrying them, right?
Yes.
To get over here. And we're going to start to dip.
What? Really?
And that is my action and movement.
Yes.
Okay.
Jeez.
We were told to save the bird, not kill skeletons.
Bringing us to the vines, which now that they're more violent.
You know there's a skeleton on that hallway, right?
It went into the vines. It dove into the
No,
wall.
it went down the stairs.
One of them went down the stairs. The one that went this way went down the stairs. Does turn wear off if they can no longer see you?
Oh,
Oh no.
good question.
This changes things. I mean, Harlan has no
Just
idea.
standing there
They
looking
just-
at you.
They
I
just
thought it might get a repeat of its save or something.
No. It just says until it takes any damage or 1 minute.
Okay. The vines are going to reach out, this time 2 of them, one towards Harlan, one towards Cleanser. Harlan,
Interesting.
a 9 to hit your armor class.
Does not hit.
Whoa.
Cleanser is hit for
That bitch.
a little bit of damage.
That's what she
So that's
gets for
me.
not helping. You're not cleanser.
And
Oh, you that
Cleanser
bitch.
makes a dexterity saving throw. You see the vine wrap around Cleanser's leg. She looks down at it confused. Excuse me, do you know who? And then she was torn and pulled into the massive vines.
Oh, no.
Ah! And she is out of sight.
Okay.
Serves her right. Later,
She's
She was
dragged
awful
across
anyways.
the table that she had just walked up and started to look at.
I'm over her.
Bringing us to Cleanser. Okay, bringing us to Remora.
Was
Noted.
that a death saving throw?
Raven, I think Harlan might actually have directed you of this. We should go. And then I'm going, seeing that you're still in combat, I'm going to shoot that zombie with my little crossbow. Maybe I'll miss. 13.
It's a plant skeleton. It's
Okay.
not particularly
It's
fast.
a plant scout.
Alright, noted. D8. 8 damage.
You hear Remora talking from behind you, and in the blink that you turn to look for but a moment, you see an arrow streak or a little bolt streak past you and straight into the skeleton. One of the cracks you created on its skull just burst, and the skeleton goes falling backwards away.
That was mine. And I put my sword up and walked towards the
The
door.
vines are still
Oh, we're not
writhing
done.
out everywhere.
Oh, at the end of my turn, I'm going to go no further than the exit of the room.
But you're going to move towards the exit,
Yes.
like onto the stairs?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Raven.
I say, that was mine. Sheath my sword and walk also towards the stairs.
Okay, anything with your action?
I'll hold my action. Can I hold it until a vine reaches out for me?
Yes. What will you do in that case?
Slice the vine.
Okay.
Like a piece of cake. I was thinking that whole time of something that you slice.
Yeah, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna move my my speed and dash or whatever down the stairs unless I see anything.
Okay, you'll get back down on the second floor where there's that large stage, and one of the windows just beyond it, above it, the giant windows of this mansion, you don't remember one of them being broken when you went up.
What does... Oh.
The zombie.
The bird that I'm holding.
Huh?
We're in a very intimate
The
position
zombies
right now. Are they breathing?
There is breathing, it seems slow. Bringing us to the vines, which are going to lash out at Raevyn. Raevyn, make your attack against the vines.
That is 7. Okay.
You got a 22 to hit you.
16.
Okay, you have hit the vines.
5 damage.
So you're going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from the vines, and we'll say that as they hit you and you cut into them, it saves you from having to make any kind of dexterity saving throw, as they're not able to lash onto you, or if they do, they're just limp there,
Fine. Okay.
inert once separated from the mass. Brings us to Clincer, bringing us to Remora.
Okay. I'm just gonna run on down the stairs. Following Harlan.
Okay. You'll get just behind on the second floor. You could circle around to go faster if you want.
No, I'll stay behind.
Raevyn.
I'm a great tank.
I'd like to move as far as I can out of this room.
You see Harlan carrying this bird creature slowly along. You see Remora following slowly behind. Are you just falling in line behind them, or?
Can I go help Harlan carry the creature?
Absolutely. Yeah, so the weight's going to become very easy. It's more so how you handle it and still move together.
Like on the back, maybe. So we were like each had like they had the feet and I had the head.
Okay, then just Raevyn, give me an athletics check then.
Ooh. 9.
The fighter rolled a lower strength athletics check than the wizard, which is buck wild.
Well, what's this bullshit die you gave me? Just kidding. I love it with all of my heart.
It's ornamental.
So you continue along at pretty much the same pace.
I'm heavily injured, so I'm like bleeding and like again like my leg is like not really working, but I grab the head and I'm trying to
but
like
it feels
help.
like Raven's more so leaning on you for support than helping with the bird.
Here, I'll help.
You're going to get the bird infected.
So I'll say we can remove ourselves from initiative order for the time being. What is your all's intentions and goals?
Go home. Get the F out of here.
Trying to get out of here.
Okay, so you're able to exit the mansion. You see a pile of bones and plant mass on the front lawn.
That's so sad.
Wait, is that Clincer?
No.
Unfortunately, no. I think it's the one
Bando.
she...
Oh, he jumped out the window.
Is your intention to make your way back through this underground part of the city the way you came?
So the way we knew that we could possibly leave.
Because Clincer told us the way out.
Mm-hmm.
From the bridges, yes. But from the series of bridges and stairwells, you were led down into this other underground part of the city where
So we want to
the
back to
mansion was at
bridges?
the far end of essentially a domed chamber.
Oh, and there's like people around.
let's go back to the bridges.
Let's go back to the bridges, but let's be like super quiet and stealthy times.
So does that mean you don't want to go through the main thoroughfare of this area because that's how you had gotten to the mansion?
There was no one there before, so I have no reason to believe that there will be people there.
If this bird is breathing, then why don't we just heal it so it can walk by itself?
I can't. What are you talking about? Heal what?
Can't the other one do it?
What?
Can I want to take a look at the body. And,
Okay.
And just
Give
like
me a medicine check.
Yeah.
Here, take it, Schlorp.
slurp.
I mean, I'm assuming it's like covered in slime from the
Oh yeah.
vines and stuff.
23.
Okay. You can see that the vines, both that are still on it and that have fallen off, have left marks as if they're digging into the creature, with tiny little thorns, and there's this discoloration to the veins around it. You would assume this creature has been poisoned in some way.
Yeah, he's not just hurt. He's been poisoned by those vines. I don't have any way of healing that right now.
Should we get its...
I think we should get out of here as soon as possible.
But the vines, should we get them off?
I'll just walk over
If you
and
think-
start cutting them
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Okay. They're now all off.
I think the best thing we can do is just get into the circus.
Yeah, come on, we gotta take it upstairs. The faster we return this bird thing, the faster we can get home to where we belong. Away from this weird place.
Okay. And Harlan is just gonna very slowly go to pick up the bird. Just like in slow motion, like, I'll carry them.
I'll get it, and I'll walk over and try and do it.
Give me an athletics check.
Your stupid die you gave me.
Listen, I got it on the internet. I didn't know. You gotta cleanse it under a full moon.
7. Yeah, what's the moon looking like? We gotta go
You're-
soak up the good energy into this here gemstone.
Well, you're in the undercity. You can't see the moon. You are unable to lift the creature.
I'll do it.
I can do it.
That was a 2. Can you do it?
Okay. I will lift the bird creature.
I
It's better
actually
than I expect.
changed my mind. I don't want to carry it.
Yeah, it's better than I expect.
I don't really care that much. I don't want to carry it.
10.
You are barely able to lift this bird creature.
At least you're useful for something.
As I walk in the lead, I will mutter in my breath a healing word for our friend, the fighter.
Out of character, did we just not think to help each other with that? Or were
With
we
what?
consciously making decisions not to help each other?
I was consciously making
lifting
decisions.
Well, I had no reason to doubt you guys. Oh, low roll. You get 5 HP.
You know what? I was at 3, so.
Okay. And yeah, I'm just making my way back the way we came.
Quietly.
Carrying the bird. Are we stealthing?
Do we want to go stealthily?
I mean, we still haven't seen anyone, right?
Correct. It would slow you down quite a bit.
I think we should just go.
I mean, I'll never back away from a fight. Let's just go. I'm trying to get back.
Mm.
I have, like, things to do.
Mm-hmm.
Something tells me that I would never back away from a fight, but not describe Harlan.
Mm. Mm-mm.
Okay, I'm walking.
Harlan's gonna go in behind everybody and just like kind of slowly walk.
You can keep an eye out.
Outvote it. Keeping an eye out for more mold jam.
Isn't one of us holding the bottle of mold jam?
It is me.
Okay.
So, as you make your way through the streets again, you do not see any more mold jam sitting
Well,
on
that
any
sucks.
windows.
You can't even
However,
roll for it?
I did
What
roll
if they
for
get
it.
a natural 20? Perception check. Then they, like, find a
It
closet
just
full of
magically
mold
appears.
jam.
That's how
Roll for
D&D works.
Roll for mold jam, Joey. Mold jam.
Mold jam.
None of those kind of buildings are around here.
Okay, but I am keeping an eye out for
I got
any
18.
people around, and my bird is also
Mold
doing
jam.
his thing where he's backwards.
Well, as you guys make your way through the main thoroughfare, all of you will become very aware of someone as you hear this light humming, and just ahead you can see maybe 40, 50 feet away a woman dancing. She's wearing a green dress, flows all the way down to the ground. She has a very slim figure and red hair that's so bright it seems out of place in the dark down here. And she seems lost in her dance.
Hey, what's happening up there?
I think we should just give a wide berth.
Do you want me to go check it out?
Not particularly.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
gonna sneak ahead and go look at it. See if I can be sneaky and, like, get a closer look at what's going on.
Okay, give me a stealth check.
10.
Okay, so you move up to maybe about 20, 15 feet away, and the creature does not notice you as they just continue to dance. And you notice that as she does a little spin, the bottom of her dress lifting off the ground as a part of her twirl kind of belling out, and her feet aren't making contact with the ground. She's kind of floating back and forth, and she is at some points lifted higher and higher, just difference of a couple inches off the ground, as if a marionette controlled by invisible strings as she is just dancing.
I think we should keep going.
Just walk around her.
This is spooky. We should keep going.
Let's go. Let's take the bird creature back.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going, giving her a wide berth.
So you make your way around, and then you're heading on your way out. And as you get towards the exit, you hear a loud, almost shattering noise from one of the nearby buildings as the ground underneath begins to shake and rattle. You look around, and you don't see any people until you look up a little bit, and you can see just above the line of buildings this figure dancing, now at least 50 feet in the air in the distance.
Let's walk faster.
I feel like possibly the people here are in danger. What is that thing?
The dancing lady? I don't know.
We came here to get this body. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on here. I say we keep going. And maybe investigate this another day.
There's no one here. We haven't seen anyone.
Yeah, we
except
don't
for
know that anyone's in danger.
that person, and they're not in danger of earthquake because they're not on the ground.
What about the people in the city we were just in?
And as you listen, you had still heard the sounds coming from buildings, these kind of whispers and muffled voices. But now that the ground is shaking, after that sound of impact of glass, you don't hear that anymore.
There's no one here.
All right, we can go.
Let's keep going.
But if there's bloodshed, it's on your hands.
It's really not.
I don't think I've hit anyone.
So you were led down these stairs and paths between, many different types of architecture. Again, you're traveling not through ground tunnels, but in between tunnels created by buildings and abandoned structures that have collapsed or just been abandoned. It is a difficult series of passages to navigate. Whoever's taking the lead, can I get a survival check?
I was in the lead, so I will still be in the lead. 9.
Okay. You guys are starting to feel pretty tired. You'd been feeling kind of tired by the time you got to the mansion. And you're traveling up for a while. You don't remember it taking this long to get down to that area.
Oh boy.
But eventually, after about an hour, you do come back to the series of bridges. Starting to feel very tired.
I think we should stop.
You've been traveling upstairs or mostly upstairs. Occasionally back down, which gives you a lot of hesitation, but it's been a rough hour of motion.
Maybe we can find like a secluded little cave or something where we won't be surprised and take a rest.
Well, if
We can take watch.
We could do that too, but these bridges are a little exposed.
Clincer was right, there's an easy passage from this area. I think we should just push on.
I mean,
If we're attacked and we're this tired and weak, we will die.
I'm tired and weak all the time.
if we're this tired and weak and we're sleeping on this bridge and we're attacked, we will die.
To remind you, Harlan, Clincher had pointed to a particular bridge, but you're in between suspended bridges coming off of different paths, each one roughly 10 feet above the last, so you would have to somehow ascend about 30 feet to get up to that path Clincher had pointed you towards.
And Clincer was able to do that because she is
You didn't
magic.
actually see how Clincher got onto your bridge, but you had seen her on a bridge to below when you had first met. But then the transition that led to her getting up seemed like she was just walking.
So I'm just gonna assume magic because this whole world is crazy.
Can I see if there's like an alcove or a ledge somewhere?
There are parts of different nearby buildings that are kind of jutting out where you could get a foothold along the outer rim if you wanted to try.
Yeah, like to make camp.
Oh, you mean like
Yeah.
a much larger area? No, a couple of the passageways you would have just moved through would have some large areas, never more than maybe 15 feet
That's
or
all we
20
need.
feet in diameter. But the largest one nearby would be that grounding that looked like an old plaza right on the other side of the maw, which is still one or two bridges
Just
above
up.
where you presently are.
We could hide in one of these buildings and rest, and then work on this in the morning.
Okay, I'll
These
just turn around and
buildings,
walk
like-
into one then.
Are well formed. They aren't destroyed or anything.
You are able to find one that is not destroyed.
Okay. Let's go in.
roll a d10 for me.
See how many zombies are in there?
8 zombies.
8 zombies.
Okay. The door is locked. And not just locked, like it seems jammed in the same way of the buildings you attempted to get into prior.
Is there a
So-
window?
There is.
I'll bash it.
Glass shatters across the inside.
I'll climb through it. Can I fit?
Yes. Give me an acrobatics check.
16.
Okay. You are now standing inside what looks like to Raevyn. There is a small counter at the far end of this small chamber. It's maybe 20 feet by 20 feet. And there's a bunch of different display stands set onto a wheel that spin around nearby that counter. And behind the counter are a bunch of shelves and cabinets.
Okay. Is there...
This looks like our house.
Yeah, is this like one story? There's stairs.
There are stairs to your right. There's a set of 2 glass doors, beyond which you see stairs leading up, and another passage leading over into what looks like would be the adjacent building.
Alright, well, I guess I'll go look around in the cabinet, see if there's anything useful, and then I'll pull out my bedroll.
Okay. Make an investigation check for me. Are the other 2 of you heading in?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, both of you give me acrobatics checks
19.
Any change because I'm carrying the body?
with disadvantage.
Okay.
Just chuck it in.
Can I hand it to you now that you're inside?
Yeah, let's just do a gentle handoff.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright, I hand the body inside.
I'm gonna cradle it down the ground.
Acrobatics. 13.
Okay. You all have managed to get inside without cutting yourself on the glass.
Yay.
A 9, you said, Raevyn? So you look through the cabinets. There are some empty boxes and an odd, clear roll of some sort that you mess with. It seems sticky in some ways.
Ugh, I don't like it. I put it back. No more
Harlan,
jam.
you would recognize this place, or at least it seems to be built similar to a post office.
Are you happy?
Mm-hmm. Yes. I feel much safer.
Great. How are we doing watch?
Maybe we should wake up the bird person a little.
It's
If
like
we can.
dead and poisoned
do you
and
have
stuff.
a way of handling the poison?
Do you have a way of waking it up? Because I
Okay,
guess
well,
Harlan doesn't know the effects of poison generally. That
I'm going to try casting healing word on it. 8.
The bird is still unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
Out of character, I thought that would do something, because sometimes when you're poisoned, you can still be awake.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure. I'll take first watch.
Are you sure? Harlan, walk me through what happens if something comes in and attacks us and there's danger.
I will wake you up.
I will take first watch.
Okay, what happens if someone wanders by minding their own business and you're on watch?
I stay silent until they become a threat. And then I remove the threat.
And you wake us up.
If necessary.
I think that's 2 votes for Remora taking first watch.
I will take first watch. Gladly.
I'll take second, then.
Okay.
Oh, wait. So I want to go, like, pretty far away from them when I'm gonna sleep.
Like just behind the counter?
Yeah, just, like, separate from them.
Okay.
Okay.
You partition yourself behind the counter.
With my sword, my, Hadron's sword out, like, under my pillow.
Do we want to poke around this building at all before we go to bed?
Sure.
I'm going to poke around this building a little bit, go up the stairs and around.
Right, I'll go with you.
Okay. So as you head up the stairs, it seems to be a large storage space, and the stairs look like they continue up, but the ceiling is entirely solid. The stairs just end at the ceiling, and there doesn't seem to be any kind of apparatus like a trapdoor.
Is there anything in any storage things, like any interesting information?
You can either both give me an investigation check, or one of you makes it with advantage.
Advantage? Cool. 16.
So as you guys root around, you find a small lockbox hidden underneath one of the tables that had large boxes set out upon it. It seems to be made out of some kind of steel and has a key lock affixed to the front of it.
I'm gonna shake it. Is there anything inside?
No sound.
It explodes.
Nothing inside. Do you want a nice box?
I mean, you don't know that there's nothing inside it.
Well, I shook it and there was nothing. No sound.
There could be all sorts of things in there. They could be full of, weightless papers that are important. Who knows?
Do you have a skeleton key, perhaps?
No, I don't have the skeleton key. But maybe we'll figure this out later.
Okay.
I'll take it.
I guess we should.
Okay.
Do you...
Post office lockbox, write it down.
Post office lockbox. Okay.
Well, there's the lockbox you found inside the post office. Otherwise,
Oh.
I won't know which one we're talking about when you ask me about this lockbox later.
Fair.
Of the mini lockbox.
Oh yeah, I was like, how many fucking lock boxes do we have? I am really hard playing Raevyn because every time I get happy, I get out of character. Every time you make me laugh.
So then you're heading to sleep, Harlan?
I am hoping to ask Remora if she thinks the bird is going to be okay if we sleep.
You did really well on your medicine check earlier. It seems like whatever effect it's had, it likely has been having, and the bird seems stable. It's not deteriorating in any way, but it seems like whatever this poison is in its system doesn't seem to be leaving.
Chances are, whatever the poison is, it's keeping it essentially sedated. So healing it would wake it up, but it doesn't seem to be killing it.
Okay.
But while I'm watching, I'll keep an eye on it and monitor his status.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Right. All you know is that it's not wearing off. You'll have to check again after because it's been a couple hours.
Sure.
But you might see other long-term effects after watching over a longer period.
Sure.
Okay. So you're watching first. Roll with that. Cool. So eventually, a couple hours pass, and you're feeling very tired at this point.
Okay. After a couple of hours, I kind of go poke Harlan, wake him up, and then I just crash.
Cool, thanks. Oh. I'm gonna mostly keep an eye on the bird, but also keep an eye on stuff.
2 hours pass.
Raevyn. Hey, just gonna slowly push her sword away from me.
And it's that same weird blade
Yeah.
with the geometric pattern running all down it.
Where did you get this sword?
Home.
Okay, good night.
Well, that ruined my plan. I was gonna have a talk with Remora. I had like a roleplay thing I wanted to do with Remora. That sucks.
You're awake now.
Alright. I will just vigilantly walk the perimeter of where we are with my sword out.
Staying
literally
inside? Okay. At one point, you hear through the open window this, not quite chirping, but insectoid movement. The flutter of wings. It sounds like a very big bug.
Can I stealthily move to the window to look out and see if I can see what it is?
Make a stealth check for me.
19!
Okay. As you make your way quietly over towards the window and peek out, you see this very large, about your height,
My Raven's height.
Raven's height, insectoid creature. It has a large spear held in its two front hands. 4 legs come off of its body, and it is flying along. It's a real big bug.
Okay, then I'll just slowly, quietly get back away from the window and kind of back away so I'm still facing the entrances. So window, door. with my back to like them and just like kind of sit and like with my weapon drawn, like ready to go for the rest of my watch.
Eventually, the sound passes as the creature makes its way wherever it was going. 2 hours of your watch pass.
Wait, math. We each need 6 hours.
No, she's enough.
Oh.
See, as long as we have 3 players in our party, we're always going to have an elf with us so that we can do this math.
Well, or we would take 3-hour watches. It would be no big deal.
Oh.
I never understood how the watch math worked. I just let you guys figure it out this whole time.
6 hours of sleep.
I need 6 hours of sleep.
Okay.
I'll just go back to sleep then.
Okay.
Yeah. But in between them and the door.
Okay.
I'm so confused right now.
Raevyn went back to sleep?
Why?
Yeah, because she's tired.
So, Remora was the first one to sleep of everyone who's currently asleep. So, Remora, you wake up at one point naturally, which doesn't feel like a good sign at first. You look around, you see Raevyn sleeping just like bunched up against the door at the front. You see Harlan curled up in a corner.
And we're both dead.
No idea of how long it's been or...
Raevyn?
What?
What are you doing?
Sleeping.
You're supposed to be watching.
I did my watch.
You all feel very well rested.
Oh my god, how long were we asleep?
I don't know. I did my watch and no one ever said they were going to go after me.
Alright, I crawl over to the Birdman and I'm gonna see how he's doing.
I go nudge Harlan with my foot.
No.
There does not seem to be any change in his condition.
Harlan, wake up.
Birdman, there's no need to feel down.
Birdman. While I'm over checking on him, I'm going to cast detect poison and disease.
Are you switching what spells you have prepared?
Yes, because it's been a
How
while.
long does that take?
A minute per spell, I believe.
Okay, well, I'm only switching one spell, so I spend a minute, chilling, and then I cast it.
I feel like when Harlan wakes up, it's like how I get up and press snooze and then check Instagram for 10 minutes until the snooze goes off. And I think Harlan does that, but with
Both spells.
their spell book, which is just a file folder, fantasy file folder of just like all different colors of parchment and just like everything's all strewn about. There's like personal writing and like notes in it as well, and like pictures and stuff.
What is all that?
Magic.
You have to keep that to be able to do your magic.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just remember it.
I remember some things.
It's really inefficient,
Yeah.
I know.
Interesting.
1 minute per spell level for each spell on the
Okay.
list. Okay.
Magic is hard work.
Why don't you just fight?
Have you seen my biceps?
You can just train.
I'm training to do magic.
It's working really well for you. Okay.
Mm.
I'll do a little
Um,
train sesh.
That
Wait,
is
when I'm asleep, my familiar can be awake and on lookout, right? Because
could have been, yeah.
he doesn't have to sleep. Well, he wasn't.
Oh.
But
the fast
I just
named
sleep
him?
with him like.
You
cuddled
said you
up.
named him.
Aw.
Oh yeah. Okay. So can we just like take a out of character moment to talk
Sure.
about my bird?
Sure.
Because I remember me making up some bullshit about like it's an arcane tool and Harlan doesn't care about him. That's why he doesn't have a name. That was bullshit because I don't know what to name him. I
Yeah.
feel like I don't want to characterize Harlan that way. So I named the bird. The bird's name is Harvard, and we're
good.
best friends, and
That's good.
they love him. So
Okay.
I like Harvard.
Harvard. it is.
Harvard.
Remora, you can detect that the bird creature is poisoned. The poison does not seem to be progressive, but it also is not showing any signs of leaving the system. It seems actually similar to a disease that is afflicting it. Ultimately, you don't think this is something that will heal while underground.
Okay. Well, hopefully Razeric and his friends can do something about this. But
Are you finished?
Yes. I was looking over it some more, and it looks like he's not worsening, but he's not getting better. So I say we try to get out today, and he'll be fine if we can get him to someone who knows what to do.
Let's go.
Mhm.
Let's get this nightmare over with.
Yeah.
Okay. Easier to get out than get in, so I'm not going to make you guys make a check. You are now back outside near the bridge chasm.
Who's carrying the bird?
I'll carry the bird.
Okay.
I don't offer.
Alright, someone get us out of here, please.
Okay.
All right, let me look. Can I kind of scout ahead, try and figure out how to get up to the bridge that we need to get out of?
So you could understand pretty easily just by looking at it.
Oh.
You can kind of map out in your head a way that you could conceivably climb the ledges of different stories of different buildings to get up there. A lot of those handholds look delicate and difficult, but you can feasibly map a way to climb up there if your goal was to climb.
Please no. Please.
Do I see any other ways to get where we need to go?
You're kind of just at a nexus point between a bunch of very tall buildings. So these bridges and this chasm are isolated. You do not know what is on the other side of this bridge because the bridge you would come out of, where you have the maw and the slide, are two bridges above you presently. So
How did we get to this bridge?
through a series of tunnels that Clemser led you down.
If
We all have 50 feet of rope.
Yeah, I would say if I
Or
take...
not Raevyn.
I use mine. Mine's gone. But if we take rope, can we throw... How far away is the next bridge?
The bridges are not all directly parallel. They do kind of take on different patterns going down. So you could feasibly throw it. Like I said, the bridge that Clencher had pointed out to you is currently 30 feet overhead.
What if we took the rope and tied it to a crossbow bolt and shot it up to the bridge we're trying to get to
And over.
and then we climb up like a anchor?
What would be anchoring it?
We tie it around the bird, and then the bird anchors it, and then we pull the bird up at the end.
Wait, what?
Well, if it's 50 feet of rope, it can't go 30 feet up across the bridge and then 30 feet back.
No.
Well, I have 50 feet of rope. Remora ostensibly has 50
Yeah,
feet
we
of
have
rope.
100
Yes.
feet of rope.
Because we live in a world where they just give
You
you
both have
rope when you're
explorers
born.
kits?
and
Adventure rope.
Is
I
the
think I have written
Because-
down what kind of kit I have.
Raven had it
an
because she
adventure
had-
explorer's kit?
I
have
had
an
explorer's
explorer's
kit as
kit.
well.
Okay. I don't know if Harlan had one of those.
I don't know. I don't have anything written down for that.
I don't think wizards get an explorer's kit.
'Cause
You're
they're
not
nerds.
quite an explorer. Is the bridge
Can I see it?
the bridge part
Yeah.
wood?
Let's figure out which background did you pick?
Sage. Spoilers.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Joey, you can't
Keep
just
behind
ask
the
people
curtain.
what background they picked, Karen.
I'm not that people.
The boring wizard is definitely a sage, y'all. Yeah, I have a quill, small knife, and a bottle of black ink, which sounds like...
That's all from Sage. For equipment from Wizard, you should have either a quarterstaff or a dagger,
I have a dagger.
a component pouch or an arcane focus,
I have an arcane focus.
a scholar's pack or an explorer's pack.
Well, now I'm in game and I really want that explorer's pack.
But you would have picked the scholar's pack.
Yeah, because Harlan's never left,
You
never
would
gone
have
on an
picked the
adventure.
But right now that
scholar's.
you have a scholar's pack, if you didn't already have that written down.
What's in a scholar's pack?
Not
What
the-
is the bridge made out of on the bottom? Is it wood planks?
They're all stone.
Well, ball sacks, Joseph.
Hmm.
Do I just have a composition notebook and a calculator in there?
Guys, we're well rested. We could just, search. I'm sure there's a way up there.
Sure, can we search around for a hidden way to
no,
get
not
up there?
hidden, just,
Oh,
along the tunnels.
fine. That sounds efficient.
Okay. Trying to remember the path as you took it yesterday. Someone give me a survival check.
What if I'm up there helping? I'm no, I think we
are
went
all
this way.
doing this, thinking about this at the same time.
Sure. Someone make the check with advantage.
Mine's 3. Can I
No,
make
wait,
it on the
it's
table?
4, it's 4.
Oh.
Cleric, I like that wisdom stuff. Ooh, 16.
Okay. You're able to pretty efficiently remember the paths, and you're kind of getting a hang for how this architecture was done. It seems as if this was almost built on top of the area down below where you were, because it doesn't feel like you've gone that far on the horizontal plane, just on the vertical plane. So you're maybe somewhere above the mansion right now, even, as you've just ascended different tiers into newer and newer cities, it feels like. And you understand where each part of this bridge likely connected to a different part of the city, and are able to make your way up onto that bridge that you were aiming for.
Hey, the one that Clincer pointed out, or the
Yes.
one we're going? Okay.
We're explorers.
Well, we've just decided that Harlan is definitely not.
Do I see an obvious egress way out?
Well, so you are now have made your way up to that bridge
Yeah.
that.
And which
Hunter
way
had
she was
pointed to.
pointing?
Yes.
Okay.
She had told you that you would come to a set of stairs that would lead up to an entrance into the sewers.
Okay. Let's go find the stairs.
Agree.
Yes,
Who wants to lead the way?
I can.
I get some.
I am still carrying the bird. Just FYI.
Is
I'm
it
also
too heavy
carrying a
for
bird,
you?
Okay.
A non-corporeal bird.
Semi-corporeal bird. To be fair.
To be fair, it's probably pretty heavy for them.
Raevyn, you continue along the path and eventually do come to a set of stairs that lead to a face of a building, but the door of the building is missing, and instead jutting out in its place is one of those bulbous spin door entrances like you had used to initially exit from the sewers.
All right, I will walk up to it and go ahead and twist it.
Make an athletics check.
14.
Okay. And it takes you a second, but you eventually get it to unjam and then are easily able to spin it and see beyond a very familiar sight of the sewers on the other side, a walk path with a bunch of pipes and small stream of water, and the path is split in front of you, either to your left or right as you're coming out of the wall.
Can I search for tracks, or does any of this look familiar to us?
In this case, I'm going to call it an investigation check.
I just want a good ladder.
17.
So as you look around, you become aware of a few different things. You do find very large tracks. They are almost entirely cylindrical, almost look like just a single depression point, and they are roughly a foot in diameter. You think you know which direction the thing was moving. You think it was moving to your right, just based on the impression. And something you find looking down that affixed to the side of the path you're currently on, just above where the stream of water is a body, a large spike through its chest, fixing it there to the walking path, wearing blue and red robes, a large apparatus of sorts on its arm.
Yo, it's Ral, isn't it?
It is not
Oh.
Bowser, but wearing similar dress.
Can I go up to the body and kind of see if I can tell what happened to it?
Yeah, I want to look at it too.
Also see if it has anything good on it.
I think I can tell you what happened to it.
Raven is
As you
smart.
lean over, you did really well on your investigation check. You see very large puncture wounds, likely not made by this one central spike, but several other large puncture wounds in its chest and one in its neck on the side. And continuing to hang out, this is kind of a little bit to the left of where you guys have stepped out. As you move over there and are looking at it, you can hear this chittering noise and the beat of wings from down that path.
The left path.
I'm going to go hide down the other path.
The path that all the giant footsteps go down.
Yeah, that does not have the sound of wings coming down it.
Sure.
I mean, if we're going to go anywhere, I think we should not hide. We should just go.
Well, it's either follow these big tracks or go towards the winged thing.
Is there any kind of identification on this dead individual?
You root around in its pockets. You find a ring on its finger that bears the symbol of the Izzet League, and you find in its pockets a small pouch that jingles a coin.
Oh, yeah.
You also find a small piece of parchment tucked into its belt.
Okay.
Grab all that stuff.
I'll take all of it, and then I'm assuming they've already kind of turned and started down the path.
I have.
Okay, so then I'll just turn and follow them, but how much money I get?
Are you emptying it to count just like on the side of the walk path?
I'm walking like this, like looking because I'm not sure.
Using the ambient light, you can tell that these coins look entirely unfamiliar to you. There are 15 copper ones.
If you already have money, you probably shouldn't count it as the same thing.
Correct.
Though.
It is different from the coin you presently have.
I mean, we could probably just like.
I'll just put old money.
Oh, we got that old money up in here.
Old money. All right, so now all the other money is the new money. So I got 10 copper.
No, 15.
15 copper. I don't listen good. Okay, what's next?
That was just math.
12 silver coins
Dope.
and 7 gold coins.
Rich. Okay, cool. I try and keep that secret. And
Raevyn,
then
what are you doing?
Make a sleight of hand check.
16.
Opposing perception checks.
Oh,
Natural 20 plus 6.
17.
All right, they both can see
Hey,
me.
Raevyn, what are you doing?
I got slashed over here pretty bad the other day, so I was just checking
Is
on
your
that
blood
wound.
jingling? What's going on?
Yeah, that's personal information, and I put it in my pouch and walk ahead faster.
What a mysterious world.
Yeah, really.
You overtake Remora very easily. Harlan, does that leave you in the back?
Yep.
Okay. As you guys continue on, you come to what looks like a large underground plaza. Similar to the plaza you moved through above where you found the registrar's building. There are many paths that lead off of it, and there are 3 statues in the middle kind of facing off towards those different paths, each with like a hand on a sheathed weapon at their side, all bald individuals. And as you look around, you can hear a very loud impact, like a clomping, coming closer. It echoes all around. It's impossible to tell which direction it's coming from.
I'm going to try to go hide behind one of those statues.
Yeah, can I hide as well?
Okay.
Also me.
Behind statue.
Okay. Can I get all 3 of you to give me a stealth check?
Again, is this affected by the bird?
No, what are we doing with the
The
bird?
person holding the bird will have disadvantage on the stealth check, yeah.
I got a 7, so
Dirty 20.
7.
7.
Okay. So,
7 twins.
I turn around and I can see both of them clearly, and they're like,
well, you've taken the best spot in between 2 of the statues and the crevice between, and they land essentially in front of one of the statues, making them visible from most directions.
No, we
Idiots
both, we
are
both
just trying to get
hide in the
killed.
same spot.
Yeah, we just bump into each other. We're just kind of smushed together.
Okay, so you guys have all ducked and hidden. You hear this stampeding sound as all of a sudden the statues behind you, you hear crumble and shatter. Debris goes flying everywhere as something that has been moving in this direction makes contact with the statues and they just erupt into rubble. Can I get all 3 of you to make dexterity saving throws for me?
no.
For more with disadvantage.
oh no.
As you see what looks like a large Herculean beetle with 5 horns coming off the front of its large head, it looks as big as a elephant.
6.
Have I seen an elephant?
15.
Yes, because exotic beasts have become very popular in Fiora since.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Another peek behind the curtain.
Another.
6.
6.
15.
Harlan?
Oh, I had 15.
You have 15.
15 as well, I believe. Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Oh man, I hid so good, I couldn't get out in time.
So, Harlan and Remora each only take 3 points of bludgeoning damage. Raevyn, I need you to take 6 points of bludgeoning
No,
damage.
thank you.
As you were just caught by this rubble that goes flying everywhere. Can I get everyone to roll initiative? 12?
14.
Yeah.
4.
4
Mhm.
for Remora. As this Goliath of a beetle is now bearing down upon you. Harlan, you spin around. What would you like to do?
There's stuff in between the beetle and myself, but
Well, it knocked down those statues. Like, again, they erupted out. So there's some rubble, But for the most part, no. There is no longer anything really between you and this beetle.
I don't like that. So, Harlan is going to just say like, "Oh shit," and then just kind of like trace like 3 circles on their hand with their little piece of rock that they keep around their wrist, and then this like big spray of light and like dust and colors and craziness comes out from them and is gonna get inside the beetle's face.
Is it a cone coming off of you?
Yes, is there a way I can angle it to not get my friends?
You might want to step forward a
Friends.
little bit for that.
Okay, I'm just gonna. No. I'm just gonna step up onto like a little piece of rubble or whatever, because I would know. I've cast it a day ago. And I'm gonna roll some d10s. Does this thing have less than 34 hit points? Because if so, it is blinded.
Okay. After which, we come to...
Wait. Do I not know if it's blinded or not?
Yeah, I mean, it is tearing about, thrusting its horns all around. It's acting in a way that is difficult for you to predict one way or the other.
Okay, I'm gonna turn around and leave. I'm just gonna walk away. Assuming that it was blinded.
Were you in melee?
Back down the passage you came from, or heading on the other ones?
Yeah, back down the passage I came from. I took 5 feet forward, so I can move 25 feet back.
That's like that.
Okay, it gets an attack of opportunity against you as you back away,
Sure.
and it got a dirty 20 to hit you.
I'm fine then. It's fine.
Can you please take 12 points of piercing damage?
Does that kill you?
I don't move 25 feet. I fall to the ground.
No! Our wizard.
Are you serious already?
Good night, sweet prince.
Good memes. Good
Oh Lord.
memes.
Oh Lord. Oh God.
Raven, what would you like to do?
Okay, so did I get knocked down?
No.
Okay. I just got hit by a bunch of stuff.
Yes, all the rubble kind of just like dug into your back, and as you spin around, another bit just hits you in the side of the face. You have a cut from a bit of jagged stone that went flying past.
I'm used to it. Alright, well, I will turn around and I'm in its melee range. So it didn't get blinded, which means it has more than 38 hit points.
You don't know whether it was blinded.
Oh.
It might have like blindside or something. I mean that's meta, but
I will. Yeah, I'll just turn around and try and slash into it.
Okay, your attack will have advantage.
He's blind.
Your death will not be in vain.
16.
That'll hit.
That's 5 slashing. Is this an aberration?
It is not.
Oh.
So you turn, you catch it on one of its large, essentially tusk or horns coming off of it, and just scrape down the side of it into its face, leaving this huge cut, but its outer shell seems just very tough. This is a big, big beetle.
Can I kind of move in between it and
You can position yourself. Since
Harvey?
Since Harlan was turning to run, there will be some space between the two. Remora, what would you like to do?
Well, I'm gonna try to get a life in the melee and protect our precious cargo. And once I get there, I'm gonna raise my hand up, and like you'll see some water vapor kind of like coalescing on my hand into an ice knife, and just fling it at the back of the beetle, kind of like far away from you, so it doesn't hit you. And it's an attack roll. Is that advantage?
Yes.
Okay. 24.
That will hit.
Alright. So it's a d10 damage. Ooh, 9 piercing damage.
Okay. As the small icicle that forms in your hand just shoots into the side of the creature, it shatters on its side and begins to turn a little bit, striking with its horns in the area where the shard had come from.
And then it explodes when it hits and does 3 more cold damage.
Ooh.
Low rolls on that.
Okay. But yeah, it's just turning, striking out in that direction. To the two of you, the creature appears to be blind.
Mm-hmm.
As we come to Harlan.
Oh.
everything's fine over in Harlan world.
What did you roll?
They're having a great dream about getting killed by a giant beetle, slowly losing consciousness.
Okay.
heading down towards death.
So one failed death saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Bringing us back to this Goliath, as it is going to just continue to swing itself about. It will attack towards Raevyn. So it does have disadvantage.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Joey.
Yeah.
Color spray only lasts 1 round.
Oh.
Oh no.
Why'd you have to tell him?
Because I just...
I should have checked anyway to make sure it wasn't concentration, but I was pretty sure Harlan didn't have any concentration spells.
I think I do now, but I
Okay.
did not start.
A 14 to hit your armor class. Okay. Which brings us to Raevyn.
Okay.
As it's just continuing to thrash about, these 5 large horns off the front of it, just swinging through space. You're kind of like having to pull back, deflect off your shield.
Okay. I will kind of reach up and then just slice down.
Mm-hmm.
I will do it. 19.
That'll hit. You rolled with advantage, right?
No. Natural 20 on my special die. It says guarantee on it.
You still have advantage. The creature no longer seems blinded, but all attacks against it still presently have advantage.
Yay, my name. Okay. 8 damage. Is it dead?
It is not.
Okay.
It's continuing to writhe around, and it turns, and its focus seems entirely on you now.
Awesome. I
As
wanna-
You've sliced against the side of its head, and it turns, its horn nearly knocking the sword out of your hands. It turns and has, essentially, you almost framed within its massive grouping of horns.
So you said I got cut on my cheek. I want to like spit in its face.
Okay. Gross.
I'm sorry that I'm
It's
like
just
super cool.
unmoving. Like you spit right where you scratch down its horn the first time, and it just doesn't even flinch. Its focus seemingly entirely on you. Its tiny red glowing eyes. Remora, that brings us to you.
While I bring up my crossbow to get a shot off,
Are you not going to heal our fallen party member?
We're not supposed to say anything.
I say
then-
a few words and cast healing word on our unconscious
There you
friend.
go.
Thank
And
you.
you get 6 HP, you ungrateful little loud.
What? No, I did nothing! I said nothing. I was RPing being unconscious, waiting for
I was
my
RP.
character to die and not be helped by Blake's character yet again.
That is a 23 on the, I get advantage?
No, you do not have
Okay,
advantage on the
23.
ranged attack.
23 to hit, and then,
And 23 will hit.
good. 4 damage.
As your spit almost seems to have acted like a target, as little bolt hits, and while the creature recoils slightly from it, the bolt doesn't actually like stick in. It just kind of bounces off afterwards, bringing us to Harlan. Harlan, you are on the ground. You blink your eyes open. You're on the ground. There's this terrible pain in your back, as if you just got hit by some giant horn.
Because you did.
I'm going to stand up.
Okay.
Will you stand my mini up?
It's very important.
Thank you, please. Thank you. Okay, and then I'm gonna just like panic and just like really quickly scribble something on my hand with my rock, and it's a little arrow. It's actually 3 little arrows, and I'm gonna cast magic missile. And
Ooh.
the way I picture this for Harlan is like 3 like cartoon stars just like shoot out from their hand and like hit the guy. And that's gonna be a total of 5 damage.
So the first 2 stars hit it on the side of the head, making it recoil, and as the third one hits, the force makes it buckle its legs, and it collapses, but it collapses like out, and the beetle just lays in front of you. As its head lands, the top horn of its head just like right above you, Raevyn.
Huh?
Harlan.
Huh?
Harlan, you killed it.
Is it not moving?
That's not moving.
I did what? I what? Hey,
Harlan.
I don't.
You did it!
I what? Huh?
You're the great bug slayer of our party.
Huh?
Raevyn, that chirping you heard before is back, and it now seems to be building louder.
We should go.
Run.
I
Let's run.
agree. I hike up the Birdman and take off down. Which way?
The way you were already heading down.
So
seems
there's
fine.
there's 3 smaller paths, almost like alleyways, and then there's the one larger path that seems to continue a sewer path.
Let's follow that.
A larger path.
Yeah.
Let's stay in the sewers.
Okay. You continue on for another about 50 feet before you come to an area where you see a tunnel up, similar to the one you initially descended down through.
Here, let me try and carry the bird up.
Okay, I hand him to
First, can I pull the thing? Is there a ladder?
So you can see the rope. You'd have to venture off of the path to reach it.
Well, okay, before I take the bird, can I do that?
Yes. Slosh, slosh, slosh. Pull, and the ladder descends.
Slosh.
Slosh,
Great,
slosh,
by the
slosh,
way.
back. Bird creature. Can I try and get up the ladder with the bird?
Make an athletics check.
Oh boy. I'm ready to catch.
15?
You manage to climb with the bird.
Okay,
All right.
climb.
Also climbing.
You get to the top where there is a large sewer grate overhead.
Oh.
Like, like a grid? Like I can go, hey, let us out. Or like a manhole.
Yes, like a manhole. A large, it's the same kind of oblong piece that you had moved to originally descend down.
Hey, can you hit him again?
Okay, careful.
Make an acrobatics check, Raven. Okay. Make a dexterity
7.
saving throw, Remora.
Oh no.
Or a strength saving throw.
Oh, that's worse.
Is it too late to say that I am also holding out my hands because I knew this was gonna go badly?
Well, you're seeing this terrible happening. God. 17.
Okay. You manage to catch onto the bird with one hand and you hold on to the ladder with the other. You're kind of like leaning back, the force of it nearly pulling you off, just the fingertips holding onto the ladder, and you pull yourself back forward, kind of now leaning with the bird against the ladder to lift yourself
Raven.
up.
I'm like, hey,
Raven,
hold on to
hurry
this
up.
and drop it. Don't even look behind as I try and push up on the
Oh my god.
Make an athletics check.
Psycho.
athletics is 16.
You manage to push off the grate just enough to manage to maneuver it to the side. 1 push, 2 push, 3 pushes, and then have enough of an opening to climb out.
Perfect. I'm out. Yep. And I'll just stand there.
Help.
As you exit out, you find that you are in the middle of a crowded street. The sun seems to be setting. Probably not rising, probably setting. And,
I hate being downstairs.
And
I really overslept.
you see a few people in the street, but nothing like it was when you went this morning. You also don't know what street you're on. The area of the city you're in seems entirely foreign. There's large trees growing all around you, and it almost looks like you're in a park of some sort.
This feels more
Like
like
it's definitely
home.
it's definitely more urban than any place back home. But as there are walking paths and there are buildings built amongst it, but there are vines growing up different buildings, and it seems to be city merged with nature, an urban kind of utopia.
And
Alright.
we have this map physically with us, right?
With you, Harlan, you can
It's
make
in the
you can
PHP.
make an intelligence check for me.
That's gonna be a total of 8.
Okay. Unfortunately, you've spent so long underground, you've really lost your sense of perspective on where things are.
Can I at least tell if it's the sun is rising or setting?
The sun does seem to be setting.
We missed the carnival.
You're correct. It is currently the day you were told the carnival would be opening.
It could still be open.
I want to go right now.
No, we
We have a bird.
We have an issue. We have an issue with a bird.
I think we need to ask around and see if we could find.
Hey, you.
The two of you, as you see Raven starting to wander off to talk to a random stranger, as great as that would be to see, you both believe you recognize an area of the Transguild Promenade, the large thoroughfare you took to get through the city before. While it doesn't look like a section you're familiar with, it has a familiar architecture to believe you that it's one of those similar ramps up onto the promenade.
And when we were talking to Zarek, he did not tell us where he hangs out. Like, we don't know where his...
He told you he hung out in the Eyrie and pointed towards a large spire.
Do I see that from here?
From here, no. The tree line is kind of disruptive to a lot of what you see nearby.
Did we have an understanding of where that was relative to the promenade?
Yes, because you then were on the promenade. You would have actually moved very near to the building that the Eyrie is the topmost point of.
Okay, so we can find our way.
So let's find our way to the Eyrie.
Yes, let's get rid of this body. Hopefully we can kill it.
So you make your way up onto the promenade, and again, foot traffic seems heavily diminished as you make your way through the streets and find yourself at a large building. The entrance to it is about 20 feet tall, a big set of double doors set into a large archway, and the doors between the two bear the sign of the Izzet League. And there are several goblins out front, knocking bits of metal against the ground, occasionally having sparks, and anytime one sparks, one of them frantically takes some notes, and then they go back to making sparks, and as you approach, one of them hits the ground and there's a spark, and one of their robes catches fire, and they all scatter to try to put out the fire, and eventually the fire's put out, and then they go back and start taking more notes, and banging the metal against the ground more.
Good evening.
Yes?
We're near the promenade, or we're near the Eyrie now?
So you were pointed towards the Eyrie being at the top of a building.
Okay.
You are now at the base of kind of that building. That building seems to go up, and then there's a large bridge suspended in the sky that leads to this Eyrie.
Okay.
Where do we take the bird?
We're here to
Which
see...
one?
Oh. The big one.
I don't know. I should clarify, I also don't know where you take the little one.
Cool.
We need to
I walk
find
away.
Master Relzeric.
The Guildmaster?
Yes. We have business with him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, do you have an appointment?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like looks over his shoulder. A lot of people are out for the night. There might be a receptionist then, and kind of moves over and slams one of these metal rods against the door. There's a large spark, and both double doors immediately swing inward, and you can see this entire first floor. It looks like a emptied out warehouse, probably 100 feet by 100 feet, and there are just lab tables, stations set up. There's large mechanical structures that people are working on. There's large vats filled with a glowing gold liquid, giving off extreme heat near the entrance. And it seems very lively and very busy.
I'm going to tell him, if you know where Marie is, also, we also could speak with her, if she's here.
No, all the elementalists are at work in their lab upstairs, not to be disturbed.
She would want us to disturb her over this. If you can just take us there, we will deal with her.
No,
I mean, I'll go by myself. You go upstairs?
We won't even mention we talked to. We'll just go up there.
I don't know who you are. I don't care who you are.
Senta, and motions towards a tall blue figure moving by, bald head, pointed ears. Yes, hello?
Bird. Let's go to the show on the road.
This one.
We have an appointment with Guildmaster Zarek.
The Guildmaster's indisposed at the moment.
Well,
Indisposed is a very suspicious word.
Is he dead?
He is not dead, no. He is also not here. If you have any message for the Guildmaster, I can take it, but I'm sorry. Nibbits is closed to outsiders at the moment.
Yeah, tell him we found that bird he wanted so he can send us home now.
The Guildmaster wanted us to find this Birdman, and he needs immediate medical help, or we don't know if he will make it. And we will tell Mr. Zarek that it was you who kept us from our duty. If this bird dies, it will be on you.
If you are in need of an elixir, that is a matter for the church to tend to. I can direct you to their nearest facilities, or Viscopa is just a little bit further down the promenade.
This is what?
Viscopa, the bank.
Okay, could we see Marie at least?
The elementalists are in session right now.
Yeah, they
She
said
told us to bring... Go ahead.
they said it was downstairs, upstairs.
I must ask that you leave this moment. And he raises a hand over his shoulder and makes a beckoning motion. And you see a large creature. It's standing probably 12, 13 feet tall, its chest bare, wearing tattered slacks, and has this large apparatus built over its head with one central glowing blue viewing apparatus. You see no eye or anything through it, and large tubing running from that down to its hands that are fully encased in a large cylindrical golden apparatus.
I'm walking
The Nifix
backwards.
is closed to outsiders at the moment.
You are very rude and I dislike you. And then I'll turn around and start walking out. Let's just go home. We'll bring it back in the morning.
Good evening. Goodbye. We have to fix the bird, right?
It'll be fine. Let's go home.
Ah.
You said it wasn't spreading. It's been like this for a while. Another day won't hurt
Yes,
it.
I'm not an expert on poisons, but he seems stable enough.
Could we just take it to like a hospital or something?
A what?
You know, right?
Yes, I do know.
You know what a hospital is.
No, I don't think we should, just give him up to a random hospital.
Well, I don't know what hospitals look like in your strange alien world, but typically in my world, you send people there and you can stay with them, sort of, or at least see them frequently.
Let's just take it back to our... What's one more day? We could have stayed down in the other place for another day. Like, who the fuck cares? It's fine.
And then if Ralzeric isn't back tomorrow and they don't let us in?
Then that sucks, and it's Ralzeric's fault that it died. For not being here after sending us to go get it.
If we're charged with saving this...
No, we were charged with bringing it back.
Retrieving it, and we told them we thought it was dead. So for all they know, they're getting a dead bird. So if we deliver a live one, great.
And you know what? We went to the Izzet League and they kicked us out. So we did what we could.
But from what I know of research, which is, admittedly a lot, if you have something alive, you would like to keep it alive to get more information out of it.
Harlan, there's all sorts of weird guild things in this city. I don't trust taking this bird to anyone except the people who told us to get it. Because we don't know who this is or why they want him.
Well, we know that...
And if we take him to some church healer, then they may take this bird and we'll never see it again.
Come on, let's sleep in the weird bed that moves.
Yeah, let's take it back home. And I will be personally responsible for somehow keeping it alive. I don't know.
We should try to feed it.
It wasn't eating on the table. Why does it need to eat now?
I mean, if it hasn't eaten since before it was taken, we've been here for
I'm sure it'll really, really enjoy that lovely breakfast that we had. Come on.
You're all feeling pretty hungry yourselves.
Yeah. Here's some... Hey, you found some money, right?
I don't know what you're talking about.
We both heard it.
What? Her jingling wounds?
Yes, her jingling wounds.
It did sound a lot like money.
What if we, bought ourselves some actual food?
It sounds like something that you could do if you had money. Too bad you don't
Fortunately,
have
one
any.
of us has money.
I have some gold. I mean,
They won't take it.
it's just like a plain gold coin. Gold is good. It's got good,
The coin you have, Harlan?
Money's no good.
Do we have a visual aid for the kind of coin that Harlan has?
Yeah.
This is such a well fleshed out world.
It's this circle with several points coming off of it in different areas, one being much longer and piercing most of the way into the circle.
It's beautiful. It's such a good coin. Here's what's up. Harlan knows that everything in this plane of reality is made out of basically the same stuff. And there's gold on probably most planets. And if not, then that'd be even better because it'd be super rare. It'd be super valuable.
Well, the things that you're saying currently are incredibly boring. Harvey, I would like to please go back to our home.
Harvey is my bird's name.
No, your bird's name is Harvard.
That's even cuter.
Harvey for short?
That's so cute.
Come on, guys. Come on.
All right,
The idea
Hamilton,
is-
let's go back to the house.
Hamilton.
I tried to pick a word that you would definitely call Harlan at some point. I'm trying to make this easy for Joey though, when he's going back and splicing everything up, because I was going on this whole rant about
Gold.
gold is rare,
Yeah, but that's not how currency works.
but currency, like, no, that's not how money works, right? But I could get money for this gold.
Sure, if you can find a jeweler. Or someone
I'd
who
like to
deals in
walk
rare gold,
towards the house.
rare metals.
You head back up onto the promenade, continue along, and then eventually come to the house.
Okay.
Can't wait to eat some rot.
And there is a half crate of food sitting in front of your door.
I'll take it inside.
As you reach for the door handle, there's just a little static shock for a moment.
The fuck?
What?
Can you open it?
You try.
A little static burst.
It's nothing. I turn the handle.
Door opens.
Do I see anything inside?
Yes.
No.
There's an envelope that has landed, presumably dropped through the mail slot in the door.
Ooh, I grab it.
You pick it up and it seems heavy, like it has something
Money.
physical inside and it jingles.
Okay. Well, I.
But it does form to it, so it's definitely like paper of some sort and then
Okay.
coins as well.
I put the envelope down on the table, and then I'm going to take the bird up to whichever bed we have that's empty. I can't remember. Yeah, the third floor. Yeah, where no one's sleeping.
Third floor,
Movie
Raevyn
bed?
was sleeping.
But Raevyn moved after the bed started moving. Raevyn moved to the second floor, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So up to the third floor.
You can put the bird in my bed. I don't want him them disturbed tonight.
Okay. To Harlan's bed.
And leave the door open of the room just in case they wake up.
Okay.
Do we have a kitchen in our house? Guys, we don't have a kitchen in our house.
I hate
What's
one.
this room?
Tables and shelves, all empty, set up along the border of the wall. It looks like a small storage room.
Hmm.
I'm gonna come back down, and I'm assuming you guys haven't already opened it. I'm gonna open the
No.
envelope.
Wait, did you not take the envelope with you?
I said I put it down on a table.
Oh, I 100% opened it while you were going
Okay.
up there to move the bird. Oh yeah. What's inside the envelope?
I come back down while you're looking through it.
Sorry, I sounded so incredulous.
There are papers inside that are addressed to the occupants of the house, and you find 3 coins, each with the image of a man, bold features, very short hair, and you can see just slightly under the neckline, the top of the chest seems to be depicted wearing some kind of armor.
And it's a coin.
Is it a currency coin?
It's large, it's maybe 2 or 3 inches in diameter.
Does it look like it's made out of a specific metal that I would be familiar with?
Looks like maybe silver.
Okay.
What did the paper say? Or what was the paper?
It's just an addressing to the occupants. Here's your annual token.
For a birthday to go on
It's
the
my
airship.
birthday thing.
Passage to the Millennial platform.
That's where we go to get our boba. Our smartphone.
Oh, Joey's done.
It's so good.
We've killed him tonight.
Okay. We got these
I'm gonna go take this coin and go get some boba, y'all.
Boba.
Is this money? I don't. No, I understand what it is.
Is it food?
Is this food?
So the static shock, would I understand that to be some sort of like, you know, like a fancy magic version of when people put tape on the door or whatever to tell if people come in, or
Make an Arcana check. Arcana or Nature, your choice.
they're the same. They should not be the same. I dunked up. So, it'll be a total of math 19.
Okay. You get the impression that, especially since it affected them both, but nothing else has caused a similar effect since you've been inside, that it was likely magical in some way. and its placement on the exterior of the building does lead you to believe that it might be some kind of alarm or other abjuration type effect.
Okay. I'm gonna go. So I'm gonna make it clear that I'm not doing any magic when I'm doing this. I'm going to go to the door and like look inside of everything and like try to like take it apart to see if I can find like a way to disarm the magic thing.
Make an intelligence check.
21.
Do you have any tools that you're using to do this, or?
I'm gonna use my knife then. I have a small knife.
Okay. So you're able to, with a knife, somewhat clumsily disassemble the door handle, and oddly, it does not seem to shock you as you touch it just now.
Congrats, you broke our door.
I'll put it back together. Is that a separate check to put it back together?
Yes.
Oh no.
But there's no bits inside. They're like glowing purple orbs or anything crazy that looks like magic-y. Okay. I'm gonna try to put it back together.
You'll have advantage since you've just taken it apart.
14.
Okay, you're going to be messing with it there at the door for a while.
Okay, I'm just gonna hang out.
You look like you're picking a lock, but the door's open. You're just sitting there tinkering with the door handle.
Harlan, what are you doing? And you turn and see Marie just
thank
standing
God.
just to your side, outside.
Oh my God,
Oh,
Marie.
just some maintenance work. How are you doing this evening?
Fine. Did you guys get the bird?
Yes.
Yeah, did you enchant my door?
Well, I put up some sensors around the building to detect the spark tracers I put on you guys.
Could you teach me how
The
to do that
what?
sometime?
Spark tracers, just give a little jolt,
How did you put it on?
trigger their sensors, just a simple enchantment.
Get it off of me.
It's already worn off. You returned back within the area that it was sensing.
That's a cool spell. That's very useful.
We were using it to track people a while ago. This is a more refined, localized version, so.
Get my permission next
Marie.
time.
We found the Birdman. He's
Perfect.
sleeping or unconscious upstairs, but he's poisoned.
Poisoned?
Yes, we found him that way, and we don't know how to deal with it. We were hoping that you knew what was going on or had some way of curing him, but we couldn't get it when we tried earlier today.
Well, I mean, we have canisters, but that's not really the kind of, well,
Spit it out, Murray.
To be fair, you told
I don't
us.
think any member of the League could help, but I do know someone who might be able to help.
Oh, hold on. That wasn't our task. We were just told to retrieve him.
And now we can go
And we
back
were giving
to
him
where
to
we're
you,
from.
right?
Well, the idea was that this creature appeared here the same way you guys did, right? We want to try to get you all together so we can learn more.
So,
And you can't learn enough just
We're
from the
stuck
three of
here.
us? Why can't one of your League members get him healed?
why is that our responsibility? We're not from here. We don't know anything about it. I'm not doing it. You do it.
Well, our fates are tied because we've come here together. We're part of the same sample group.
I mean, I don't mind. Alger's shop is just down the street from here. But I'll run get an elixir and be right back.
Well, the main thing is we don't have any currency. We can't buy anything. So.
Right, you mentioned that. I brought some coin, so we can take care of any basics and things. Again, we don't know when we'll be able to get you guys to leave. Trust me, I don't want you here any more than you want to be here, lady.
I doubt that.
Okay.
Well, I would be interested in seeing this elixir shop, so if we can do it now, I will go fetch him.
You want to go?
Why not?
I certainly do.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Let's go up. Let's get the bird.
Okay. I will go pick him up because I'm the pro.
Oh, that is one big bird!
What, Harvey?
No. Reacting just
It'd be better if it was Harvey.
What?
Yeah, and we
Like
carried
I said
it.
a bird person, but that's like an actual person that's a bird.
Yes.
Yeah, yes, and we
Exactly.
carried it all the way from underground, the old city, and through the sewers up here. So let's get this thing healed so we can get home.
That's more integrated than even the Combines work. That's impressive, however this happened.
whatever, just lead the way. And I come up on my shoulder and I get ready to go.
Okay. You guys head down the street.
Mm.
Remora, you had been out on the street the previous morning,
Yes.
looking at stuff. Marie leads you to a building just a block away, and you were pretty sure that when you walked down this road, it's the same one that the tavern is at the end of.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like mostly residential houses, 1 or 2 story buildings. She leads you to a 3-story building.
Mm-hmm.
That you're confident there was not a 3-story building here.
That's odd.
And you definitely don't remember this sign that says Aljor's Alchemy and Artifacts.
Mm.
Okay, so first of all, our house has moved. Second of all,
Oh no.
Well, no.
Joey
Like,
loves shopkeepers.
The rest of the street is...
Yeah, you recognize everything. It's just,
This house moved.
But our house has moved in the past. We know that. But that's not what's happening right now.
Oh, Katie and Raven are not prepared for this today. We both
Raven's
need a
not
bit
there.
more coffee. Raven came.
Alright.
No one else was at the house.
I'm gonna push the door open.
so you head inside and you see a small shop. The wall directly opposite you and the wall to your left are filled with different floating shelves, no 2 of which seem to be at quite the same height. There are smaller items like jewelry and pearls on the shelves directly near you to your left, and it seems like as they go around the wall, the objects get bigger, ending with like cloaks, gauntlets, armor at the far end of the wall opposite you. The entire wall to your right is dominated by a large counter, and at the far end of it you see a towering, lean, muscular figure with turquoise blue skin and short, dark hair, wearing only a blue and purple argyle sweater vest over dress slacks.
Cool.
He is leaning over a set of beakers and flask that are positioned above 2 small burners, and those burners kind of lead you to believe those are probably responsible for the faint but pleasant burning smell you experience as soon as the door is open. On the wall behind the man are a bunch of weapons, swords, daggers, and 2 pieces that look like they have the handle like a crossbow, but they have a long, cylindrical, entirely self-contained apparatus coming off of it, probably about 3 feet in total length. 2 of those, and the rest of the wall behind the counter is dominated by 3 shelves, each of which has over a dozen vials of different brightly colored liquids.
I wish I had so much money to spend here.
So Harlan is distracted.
That goes without saying.
Going to look at some magic items. I'm gonna say you probably like lose sight of them because as soon as they get in, they're like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Well, it's all one open chamber, and as soon as you enter, the man behind the corner turns. Oh, hi, Murray. Oh, hello, other guest. Feel free to have a look around. Everything's pretty adequately labeled, but if you have any questions or you're looking for anything specific, feel free to ask. I'm available right here.
Thank you.
Actually, Aljor, we were hoping you had an elixir to heal some poison. Yes, I have a few of those. These ones up here. That would be 100 Xeno, though, for each of those. No problem. And she reaches into a small coin purse at her side.
No
and produces
problem.
Several platinum pieces and hands them across.
This is why you shouldn't be a bitch
And
to Marie.
As the man that she has identified as Aljor has walked down to this end of the counter, and he's no longer leaning over that odd smoking apparatus. He is tall. He's probably 7.5, maybe even 8 feet tall. Just this towering, muscular figure.
What are you?
My name's Aljor. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he reaches out a hand. Oh, and this is my shop all around you.
What's this? And I have like a magical item.
Well, like I said, everything's pretty well labeled. I'd appreciate it if you don't touch any of those.
Oh, sorry. I like put it
And
back.
on each shelf, there is a small piece of parchment that's rolled over the front of the shelf, describing it. Are you looking at the tiny knickknacks, the big stuff, any
Tiny
of the stuff behind the
knickknacks.
shelf? Tiny knickknacks?
100%.
So there are a collection of rings. Then there's 5 seemingly identical metallic hooks, almost like, truthfully, a tiny, tiny version of a horseshoe in the shape of a G, maybe. And there's also a pearl. Those are just the first few things that catch your eye.
Pearl is definitely what I was holding up.
Okay. You read it, and its label calls it a pearl of powerful magic, and the description is that it allows those of magical aptitude to regain magical power throughout the day.
Does it say a number on it of money time?
It does indeed. It says 225 Xeno.
And Xeno is the big one, right?
It's platinum.
You're not familiar with anything.
We saw,
We talked about
we
money,
s-
though.
Yeah, but we saw Marie hand over platinum colored coins when he wanted 100 Xeno.
But she
But
didn't hand
it
him
could've-
100 coins, did she?
No, she didn't.
No,
Oh, I
so
didn't catch that. Yeah, so
I think
Exchange
Xeno
rate.
is gold.
Okay.
Do you make these swords?
No, I have associates within the Legion who help provide them.
Do any of them look cool?
They look all the swords of expert craftsmanship.
I'm just gonna kind of look over, like, there were clothing here.
Yes, on the far side,
I'm
you
gonna-
see
Yeah, just look over what I see.
a pair of boots, a pair of sandals, a lot of cloaks, a set of gauntlets, a set of gloves, some armor that seems to have odd tubing all around it, reminding you of the members of the Is It League you've met before,
I want to look at
and
that.
a small satchel.
And I want to read about the Is It League armor. And then the satchel, yeah. Because
Under the armor, it describes itself as Mysium armor, and the description is just that it is reinforced with Mysium to protect from fatal assaults.
and
Wait,
the
are you
sat-
carrying the bird right now?
No, we left it at home.
No, I brought him in. I
Yeah.
I guess I
Oh.
left him with Marie.
Abjor has. Oh no, I assumed it was still on your shoulder. Abjor has not brought any attention to it.
Okay.
Aljor, excuse me.
Okay, retconning, I left him with Marie up by Aljor. And then I want to look at the...
In that case, Marie is currently pouring a potion into the beak and just kind of stay open, just like using two hands to pry its beak up. It really wants to close.
I'll go over and help her.
Aw.
The two of you hold this beak up. You find that it does indeed seem like it inherently wants to close. Well, not that wide. And
Take your medicine!
there, should be all better in just a little bit. Was there anything else you needed?
We didn't even really need that, but
Oh my god. Don't listen to her.
Thank you very much.
She's a difficult one. Aljor.
you're very short.
I'm sure you're about to close for the night. These are my friends. Well, these are some people, and they've recently moved in just down the street, actually. The old Is It house, so they might be back by. This is Aljor, runs the best non-Is It market in all of the 10th. I appreciate that.
I really like all of your wares. It's very interesting.
Oh, I appreciate that. I work quite hard for things that I make and the things I acquire. Always trying to keep the best of quality.
This place is incredible.
I appreciate that. If you live just down the road, feel free to come back anytime we're up.
Certainly, certainly.
As you guys return to the house, let's put him back in the bed. Let's put him back in the bed.
Okay, I carry him back up. Has his condition changed at all?
So you see that some of that swelling discoloration up veins as you like kind of part feathers to see the flesh beneath is starting to retract. So it seems to be getting better,
Yeah.
but likely not
Yeah.
like within the next couple hours kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well then, are you finished here?
Well, oh no. I mean, I'll be back in the morning.
Good.
Once the bird's awake. But I brought, well, now not as much, but some coin to help you guys just on the day-to-day stuff. Zarek tells me that a lot of people from off-world might not be quite accustomed to how expensive things are on Ravnica, but trust me, it's not a cheap living. And hands you the pouch.
Thank you very much, Marie. You're very kind.
No problem. Like I said, I'll be back in the morning, and even though you're back and safe, same message as before still applies. Don't die.
Hey, Marie,
Yeah?
I understand that you have ways of getting a hold of us and knowing where we are, and I understand that that's important. Is there any way that we can contact You or Master Zarek?
Master Zarek's not really reachable at the moment.
Is he dead?
No.
He's not dead, no. He's just
Alright.
in the middle of his investigation. But if you need to speak with me, thing is we're in the middle of a really big project right now.
Yeah, we're from different worlds, though, and we're trying to get back, and we didn't come here on purpose, and it seems like you guys are the ones that really did that or know what did that,
Well, we definitely didn't do that. I have no idea what happened, and we've been dealing with the cleanup. Most of our projects are caused by the mess left here by people who came from other worlds. So trust me, I don't want you here, and I have nothing to do with you being here, and mostly what we're doing is trying to make sure people like you don't mess anything up ever again. So, I
Then we
understand.
both have the same goal, so how can we reach you?
We really appreciate everything you're doing for us.
Truly.
My assistant, Grack, can be someone who will be easily reached anytime you visit Nivets, and from there, he'll be able to get in touch with me.
Thank you very much, Marie.
But hopefully, that won't be necessary because we'll get all this sorted out, we'll get everything understood, we'll find the other half dozen of you who've just been let loose in our world, and we'll get all of you out.
In the meantime, if there's anything that we can do to help Master Zarek, I would be willing, as long as we're not doing anything else.
I would be positively eager.
Especially if, we could be compensated for our time. But we are willing to help.
And things out of the money as well, like information.
Gets us home faster.
Gear, just interesting sights and places to go.
Well, you come to the right place for that.
I do kind of like it here. It's interesting.
It's time for me to sleep. Good night.
Good night, Marie.
And she leaves.
As soon as she leaves, I'm going to look in the bag.
Inside, you find 5 small platinum coins and 385 gold coins.
We're millionaires. We buy a rocket
Immediately.
ship.
Level 2, we can buy whatever we want. Shopping spree.
I mean, if we had a robe, then we have a lot of money already.
One of us has a lot of money already.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, if we had a robe, we would have a pearl power.
Okay. I give you 125 gold, 130 gold, 130 gold.
And you get the impression from the discussions you had before that these gold pieces, at least from the businesses you've interacted with, are called Xenos.
Okay. And then...
And based on you seeing Marie paying Aljor, that the platinum pieces are worth 10 Xenos.
Okay. We have 5 platinum. So you have a way of dividing?
Well, you divided the gold unevenly, so you should divide the...
Oh, because she
Platinum
already
according-
has some gold.
She doesn't. She told us she doesn't.
I don't.
Do you believe that?
Why, what reason do I have
We
not to believe?
both heard it. I know you heard it. She
There are many things in this world that we can't explain. I give her 3 platinum, me 2, and you keep 2.
That's more than 5.
Yes, but you divided the gold unfairly, so I think it's only fair that we divide the platinum unfairly.
But that's more than 5.
Yes, I understand. You have to pay up for what you did.
That doesn't make sense to me.
And I take out a ruler and I slap her wrist.
I will take 1 platinum and you guys get 2, because that's math.
You're very kind, thank you. Very bad at math.
That's what Harlan was trying to do the whole time, was get you to just be like, fine, I'll take 1.
Oh wait, no, I did bad math.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
did
yeah,
good
yeah.
math.
Mo did bad math.
No, you did really horrible math, but it was kind of funny because then you ended up getting what you wanted anyway, so.
Wait, here's the problem with playing a wizard when I am dumb.
Is there anything else anyone wants to do before resting?
Yes.
You don't feel overtly tired. Mm-hmm.
Are you going to your room?
I'm going to the bird's room to just kind of sit with the bird for a few hours.
Okay.
Yeah,
so.
I guess I was gonna kind of turn in.
Well, when you go in your room, I am in there,
Why are you in my room?
like, kind of sitting or, like, leaning up against the, dresser.
Okay, I lean against the far wall and try to strike a more relaxed pose than you.
I'm not relaxed.
I presume you have something you want to talk to me about.
I just wanted to say thank you. You've taught me a valuable lesson.
What?
You see, I trusted you by giving you my name, and you immediately betrayed me.
What?
So I'd like to say thank you
What did I do?
for reminding me that trusting others is a really good way to get yourself killed.
What did
I'll
I-
be watching you, and betray me again. We'll see what happens. I'd like to leave the room and go into my room and shut the door.
Okay. I'll just chalk that up to Raven being right, and then. Because I honestly have no idea.
Cutscene to me looking at a bird.
Wait, which bird?
Ooh, both birds.
You're gonna have to be really.
You
clear.
have Harvard next to the other bird, and you're like, oh, this part's different too.
Taking notes. Mhm. I'm also like writing, doing my thing. It's just kind of like, I'm probably gonna fall asleep in here, like without meaning to, just because I don't want the bird to be alone.
No.
Okay, very cool. Anything else from Remora or Raven before sleep?
Nope.
It's not time, Joey. Don't do it, Joey.
But if we go to a new day, though.
But Joey, it's not time.
And that's where we'll end for the night.
No!
But at level 3.
Hey!